consider yourself normal? Then this is not the show for you. Please go somewhere else. This is WYRD. If it's getting weird, it's got to be the Wyrd Mountain Gals show. You're listening to Byron and Alicia, the Wyrd Mountain Gals.
Hey, hello. How you doing? I've got a little bit of a head cold, so I am eating some nice chicken soup.
That sounds so good.
It is. I'm having some broth right now. It's tasty. Ooh.
Well, is it the chicken broth? Just chicken broth, or are you putting other stuff in it?
Well, no, I made soup, but what I'm having right now is the broth.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I need to get some food. You just made me hungry.
Well, you know what they say, feed a cold, starve a fever. And I don't have a fever, so I'm going to have some chicken soup.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to have. I do need to have some real food soon, don't I?
Did you not have breakfast yet?
I did, but it was a small breakfast, and it's getting close to time for lunch, you know.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I've been making a real effort to find a way to drink water that tastes skunky to me.
Uh-huh.
I realize I'm just spoiled is what it is. I really like alkaline water that's clean and doesn't have that chlorinated taste. But I also have a little bit of guilt from always having a little tiny plastic bottle around me. You know, that's not the way I need to drink anyway. No. So I found a product called the UV Bright.
Ooh, tell me.
It's a big old bottle, you know, like a thermos. And when you want to drink, before you drink, not every sip, but after you put the water in it, you press this button on it, and it shines a UV light through the water, and it gets rid of, it kills bacteria in the water. And that might be what's causing the skunky taste to me. And some people they're sensitive to certain tastes, and that just sadly happens to be one of mine. When I drink tap water, it tastes skunky, and I don't have any excuse. It just tastes funky.
Tap water here is pretty funky, but I mean, I've had worse tap water in other places.
Yeah. Are you able to drink it, or do you taste that skunky taste?
I put it through a Brita filter, and that helps.
I did that. I think I did that back in the day. I was running through a lot of those filters, I think. And then I tried an at-home, one of those big home filters that you install in one single place in the house, and it supposedly helps it all and all of that. And it did for a while. And then the whole thing came about of, well, you got to change it out so often. And suddenly someone in my house thought it was not a good idea anymore. So, yeah, so that's how that goes. I've tried the Culligan stuff where you have a water service. It wasn't Culligan I used, but it was somebody local around here. And they would bring 5-gallon jugs of water to me. You know, it was pretty cheap. It was like $9 or $10 a month. And they'd bring me 3 or 4 or 5-gallon jugs. And if I ever ran out, I call them and they have more water there that afternoon.
Yeah.
I want to go to the creek again, you know, the mountain thing that is coming right out of the rocks and on the side of the mountain somewhere way up high. That's the water. That's the best water.
That is the water. I've not had water
that
like
exists.
Yeah, and I've not had water like that in years. It may still exist, but nowhere I know.
Well, the place that we used to go is fairly close to me and you. And I could take you to it, but I just don't, I'm not sure if I would trust it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that. Except I read, that link you posted at the top of your page.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Well, it's good to know. I mean, I've loved the French Broad River since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because we used to go fishing there and picnicking and all that stuff. I love that old river, but I'm not in any kind of I'm not having any illusions about how clean it is. It's cleaner than it was in 1973.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't put my butt in it.
The last time I had a body part in that river was for the Rockin' River Raft Race with Big Wise Radio. Do you remember that?
Oh, golly, in the 80s, yeah.
Yep, in the 80s, early 80s at that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Boy, that was fun. Golly.
I loved radio. I loved radio back then. So,
me too.
Yeah. I still do love the holiday spirit as long as I can take all that BS out of it. If I can just like zoom out and look down and say, oh, look, those lights are pretty. Look how many people are putting lights up this year. That's nice. Let's go look at some lights. Something really simple.
Yeah.
But then when I start thinking about the BS that goes on with it nowadays.
Like what? What kind of BS?
Well, the pressure to spend a ton of money and overbuy for people.
Oh, yeah.
And to be perfect during the holidays. I mean, I think that's unattainable. I don't know any perfect person, and this whole, we must do this and we've got to do that. Why? Because it's a tradition. You just have to. Why? That didn't answer my question. I mean, because it's a tradition, some traditions are worth keeping and some are not.
Amen.
Yeah. So I remember how they would cross the Christmas lights on Haywood Road like an X.
Yeah.
And they were those big old lights. And they would have those, I don't even know what you would call them, those things that went up on the poles, light poles.
Mm-hmm.
And they would be like a candy cane and a wreath.
Yes.
And all of that. And I loved that part of Christmas.
And we still have that. Those things are up, not like they were on. Haywood Road was just so magical. It was like greenery across the road. Those X's were in greenery.
Oh, that's right. It was really plastic, but it looked exactly like greenery.
Yeah. So it made the whole little Worst Asheville look so festive.
Yeah, it looked homey and nice, and I loved the simple things like Christmas music that you carol with.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, caroling is so not, kosher anymore.
Well, our neighborhood, if the weather is good, we will send out a team of carolers with a little sheet that's got 6 or 8 carols on it. But when we were coming up, we knew a buttload of Christmas carols.
Oh yeah,
because you couldn't help it. Even if you weren't Christian, everybody is so inundated with Christian stuff this time of year that we all. I mean, I know all that stuff.
Yeah, it's funny because I know that stuff, and I even went to some Christian schools during those holidays and stuff, but never once in my mind did I actually associate the Christian images with Christmas.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because Christmas is Santa Claus to me. Santa Claus in red and green.
Sainty.
Yeah.
I remember maybe more than one year, but certainly one year, there was like a rumor, one of those Christmas rumors, that all of the farm animals would kneel down and pray at midnight on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I heard that.
I don't know where that came from. It's just a bunch of bollocks.
I think it came probably from that claymation little drummer boy.
Maybe.
I think they did that.
But I remember sneaking up one Christmas Eve, I got let myself out of the house and went up to where the barn and the sheds were. And, all the horses woke up. And they looked at me like, "Oh, are we eating or what are we doing?"
What's the matter?
Oh, and that they would speak. Not only would they kneel and pray, but they would speak.
They would speak.
And I wanted that.
Well, yeah, I want to see that.
Apparently, that was not real. At least not in my house, but maybe because we were unchurched. We didn't have the right kind of credentials to get that to happen.
Yes.
I don't know.
I guess, but what that tells me is that even from a very young age, you wanted to know the truth about stuff.
Well, and I wanted to be with the animals.
and you like the animals more than the people.
I wanted to be a vet for many, many years because people in the neighborhood would bring me sick animals and I'd doctor them.
Oh.
And I don't remember what the success rate was with any of that, but I did a lot of animal doctoring. And then I got into high school really determined I was going to be a vet. And I was told by the guidance counselor that girls weren't allowed to go to vet school. Isn't that something? I've been dreaming of that. Been dreaming of that for years and years. And, it just tells you everything about the way I was raised and my parents and all that I must have come home crying, I would think. I mean, I don't really remember it except, being told, no, absolutely not. Girls can't do that. And at that point, girls weren't even allowed to wear pants to school. So, I just took it at face value.
Was that public school or was it Emmanuel Lutheran?
No, that was public school.
That was high school. Okay.
Yeah, it was high school.
And where'd you go for high school?
Inca.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I went there every year in high school for band. They had this big giant band contest.
Oh, yeah.
It was regional.
Mr. Lackey was the band god. He was a nice man.
He was a nice man. I met him myself.
Yeah.
And we would go, and some years we did better than other years, but we mostly made ourselves proud, I'd say. I have good memories of it. And I remember sitting in those Inca stands there because I was always in the band, and I would travel with everybody would travel, and we would go around to these local places and be the band, and I loved it. And I remember Inca was made well, wasn't it? It was big, and it had those great big giants, what do you call them? Stadium seats, the big long benches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you're talking about the old high school or the new high school.
I don't know. It would be the one from the late 70s.
Yeah, I'm not sure when they moved the high school to the new building out. It's not Pisgah Highway, but it's out that way.
Hey,
yeah.
Why is it that when we're recording this podcast, that's when I start wanting to eat potato chips or something really loud?
And crunching. I've been so careful that my spoon did not touch my little cup with my soup in it.
Been doing well. I couldn't tell.
But now I'm going to cough.
Stop. Well, no, you actually did cough, didn't you?
I did. I've had this cough for about 3 days. Man. And now it's turned into whatever the hell it is.
Yeah. Do you have a headache from it?
No, I don't. I'm glad. I'm really glad about that.
And you're breathing okay?
Yeah. I'm a little bit snotty, but not bad. I mean, Mostly it's the cough and, I don't know. Mostly it's a cough.
Yeah. Well, that can be very annoying.
There we go again. But you know what I got right here? I got me some cough drops.
Cough?
They are honey lemon. And I've been sucking down elderberry tincture, which is good. I got plenty of that.
Yeah.
I've made myself some cough medicine with Irish whiskey and honey and lemon juice. And I got to be honest, I don't know if it's helping, but it sure is tasty.
Well, if you drink enough of it, it'll put you to sleep. So that's good, I'd say. Yeah.
That's right.
Well, I'm just in holiday mood already. And I can't tell you how much of a holiday. Haven't been in this much of a holiday mood in years. And it's a shame that I can't really have any holiday decorations at my house.
How come?
Cat dog. He's a maniac.
Of course. He is a maniac.
Yeah. He would trash everything. I mean, he trashes everything now, just about. It's like having a destructive pair of toddlers all the time without supervision. So it's just everything in my house has had to be toddler proofed. And many things in my house have been messed up since he came around.
Well,
yeah.
It's like having a teenager, except smaller.
Yeah.
But maybe even more destructive. I don't know.
Well, he's full of energy, and he's not an outdoor cat. And so I'm sorry in some ways for him because he's full of energy, but he's not an outdoor cat. But on the other hand, he's warm. He has food. He knows he's loved. He's got plenty of toys. And when we're home, we play with him constantly. So I don't think his life is too bad, if that makes any sense. We even have some. Have you ever seen those games for cats?
No. Are they fun?
They're really fun. So if you have an old tablet, which at this point a lot of people do, then you can take it, sit it on the ground, and let one of those games for cats play and walk away. Okay? Make sure your battery is charged and everything on it. And the cat will, these games are built to work with cats' vision. So, and the cats will have different levels, and I guess they don't know that it's levels. Okay. But these cats go crazy for it. They'll see an ant and it'll crawl across the screen. And then it might come back and crawl in a different pattern, but in a little faster. And then the next thing you know, it's got 3 or 4 ants. And so what does a cat do? It goes to attack it instantly. Well, the second that the cat's paw touches it, something else will happen that'll infuriate the cat, you see? And if the cat catches enough of them, then he goes on to the next level. And the next level might have tiny little mice, you see? And the mouse will look at you, and the cat's going to want to kill it, and it'll run across the screen. And cats are fascinated with that. I had a cat named Vina, and she didn't get to live too long. She had a heart condition. But Vina was a special cat, and she loved to play. And I remember one day I had my iPad on, and at the time I was editing photos or something, and I turned around, walked across the kitchen to do something, and she jumped up, and because she was used to seeing these little cat games that I would show her. So she jumped up, and when she did, she saw her own self down on the iPad, which was laying flat. And so, because remember, I had the camera on, and she flipped it around or something, and she saw her own self, and she was fascinated with it. And completely by mistake, she took a picture of herself. And that is one of the most beautiful photographs that I have. I did a little bit of color editing on it, no big deal. And it was because the expression on her face. So I'll have to look that up see if I can find it. So we've got a bunch of cat lovers in the Weirdlings, and I might see what they think of it.
Aww.
So do you celebrate all the holidays that in the season now, or because we've got everything going on right now?
My holiday of choice is winter solstice.
Yeah.
And that's because all holidays are based on that at this time of year, every one of them. Mm-hmm. So I just skinnied it right down to the source, which is the lengthening and strengthening.
Mm-hmm.
of the agricultural year. And that's what I do. And when my daughter was at home, we would get up. I've talked about this before. We'd get up before sunrise and we'd sing the sun up on solstice morning. And we'd make noise. We had noisemakers, clackers, and whistles and stuff. But since she has been not at home, I tend to get up very early on solstice morning, but I don't sing the solstice in or anything. So, yeah.
That's one of those nice.
Again.
Yeah, you probably will someday. That's one of those nice memories, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love everything about the holidays. You know, we're spiraling in, and it really is true, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And
that's why I always think of it.
Yeah.
And of course, it's the time of year when everybody is busier than what do you say, busier than a one-armed paper hanger?
Busier than a one-armed paper hanger. Yeah, that's pretty busy, you know.
So they are. It's a busy, busy time.
Yeah, but it's also a time when people think about each other. Even if it's not necessarily the best memory in the world, because I have some holiday memories that are not good.
Oh,
and I got to say, you know, I generally consider myself one of the luckiest people I ever met and stuff like that. But everybody's got some bad holiday memories. And somehow even that seems right, to just set aside a little time, you know, and remember things. And I do make it a point to think about those things from time to time, not just the bad ones, but the good ones too. I love them. I've got so many of them, I'm embarrassed to say them sometimes.
Well, I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Christmas with two alcoholic parents was always a challenge. And the things I best remember about Christmas were times when I was outside. I've written that short story about getting the Christmas tree with my brother.
Yeah.
And the story itself is funny. Ha, ha, ha. But the experience was not so funny.
No, I bet it wasn't.
And so there were, just so much of that.
Yeah.
And now I can look at it and go, well, you were a child living in poverty with alcoholic parents. That's, a thing where trauma might be expected.
Absolutely.
So I am, I'm dubious about it. My grandparents made Christmas as nice as they could, but it was very hard.
Well, then I imagine that growing up and moving out and starting your own traditions and having your own kind of Christmas, I imagine there was a deep satisfaction in that. Because now look at what you've got. You have memories like the one you told me about with your daughter.
Right. I've got 30 years of memories with 30 plus years of memories with my daughter.
Yeah.
And that makes it easier to think about holidays and how holidays are, and particularly this one, because it's not what I experienced. Mm-mm. And that was very, very intentional.
Yeah. The holidays for me are the opposite of yours. Mine are more bleak now than they were when I was a kid. I didn't have pressure back then. I didn't feel like, I've got to be everything to all people at any time,
Yeah.
And there was some of that goes on in my life now. So I feel like it's kind of the opposite for me. The older I get, the less important the holiday really becomes to me. But the nice traditions that came along with it, they're still there. I like that. And I love the colors and sights and food and smells and sounds of Christmas, And I loved it. Craig, by the way, is the only musician that I run around with that loves Christmas music. And he wrote probably one of the finest Christmas tunes that I've ever. Well, he doesn't call it Christmas, okay? But it's called Truce 1914.
Oh yeah, that's a wonderful story.
It is, and he wrote a song about it, and it's just one of the best ones. I love that song at Christmas. I've been playing it I've been playing that some of the South Park Christmas stuff. Please don't laugh at me. And there's some streaming channels that out there that I really like for Christmas. Soma FM has got a wacky Christmas channel. It's kind of offbeat and somewhat adult occasionally. Christmas music.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. And it is. And, I want to go traditional sometimes. I watched a claymation last night called The Year Without a Santa Claus.
Oh, gosh, I haven't seen that in years.
I just happened to cross it. So yay, Christmas, yay, Christmas. But really, yay this time of year. I call it all Christmas.
Yeah.
Do you call it the holiday season?
No, I call it winter solstice.
Winter solstice, yeah.
I sometimes have called it Yule, but that is a very kind of specific holiday. So
yeah. Right now, it feels like spring. It doesn't feel like Christmas. It's 60 degrees outside.
Is it really?
I think so. It sure feels like it to me. I'm not in the too much of a Christmas mood. I'm in a Byron podcast mood. All that great material lost forever of
Oh, how sad.
you and the microwave going off and all that.
That's right. Y'all, we took a little bit of a Zoom break, and now we're having lunch. So if you hear lots of crunching and smacking, it's because I'm having some lovely chicken soup. I don't know what Alicia's eating, but she's enjoying it. So
I'm enjoying the heck out of it. This is the last of the Thanksgiving.
Oh, golly. That is nice.
It is my favorite meal. So I'm having turkey and dressing and cranberry sauce.
I'm going to make some cranberry sauce because I love it. I'd eat it all the time with a spoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were, before we realized we weren't recording, you were asking, did we have a big Christmas dinner? And yes, we always went to my grandmother's for Christmas. And we'd open our presents from them there. And my grandmother usually made like a baked chicken, some baked chicken and green beans and stuff like that. And there was cake. Coconut cake was always at Christmas. And my mother always made a really delicious prune cake.
That sounds good.
And everybody drank a lot, and it was very unpleasant after a while.
We didn't. We had lots of coffees. People would bring their coffee in.
Oh.
I'd try this new coffee kind of thing. And we'd always have broken glass pies that we've talked about before.
Oh, yes.
And various people who would come in, they'd come in with a plate of something. So I guess we did have a lot of food.
Well, we didn't have a big family. My father was kind of estranged from his family, and my mother did not have any siblings. So that was kind of us was it.
Us was it. Interesting. We had, again, it was exactly the opposite. We had so much family, and I would meet new family every year. And they all seemed to kind of circle around my grandma's house. So all day long, people would just drop in with plates and boxes.
That sounds wonderful.
It was. And that's why I loved it so much. And that would be the day before Christmas and also on Christmas Day. Yeah. Because we had all my kin, it seemed like anyway, lived right around, within 20 or 30 miles. And they just would show up. And that's the day I'd see cousins and uncles and all of it. So many redheads. So many redheads.
So many redheads. I like it.
What can you say? And they all behaved around my grandma. I happen to know that some of them were buck wild at the time. Some of them
weren't we all?
But they'd come into the house and they'd just get nice and mild.
Huh.
And never once did I see any drinking. But I know now that I'm older, I know that there was some.
Yeah.
So they
They
evidently
probably just didn't do it in front of the kids.
that's probably exactly what it was. But who knows? And my grandmother would put that big giant ass stereo, would be playing whatever Christmas thing at the time, and that'd be it. She'd be in the kitchen as usual, and just she kind of hung out there, and it was like she held court.
Mm-hmm.
Come in, you say hello to Miss Nellie Vaughn, and get you some coffee or get you some whatever.
Yeah. My grandmother had one of those big ass stereos too. Stereo, TV, radio,
Mhm.
And it was always like Bing Crosby and those kind of guys doing Christmas music and the Hallelujah chorus of all things.
I love that.
I remember so well.
I remember that too. I love that, but they didn't play that. I remember the Bing Crosby White Christmas album, and I remember a Slim Whitman Christmas album.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and Charlie Brown Christmas got played pretty often, and there was a little radio station there in Robbinsville, and we would listen to that sometimes on Christmas, and that was nice. They'd be shouting out to everybody,
Oh yeah, I love those country small town stations. They're not all country, but small town.
I love them.
Where they give you the stock report and and all that stuff. I just love it. We're too fancy for that now here.
Yeah, radio has changed so much. When I first sort of got into it, they were still using tapes.
Oh yeah. Well, I did radio when I was in college, so that must have been, I'm gonna say 1976, somewhere in there. And we had the little college radio station, WUNF, that later became our public radio station here in Asheville.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
absolutely. That then became WCQS, and is now Blue Ridge Public Radio. Yeah.
Did y'all use vinyl?
Oh, hell yeah.
That's the best. The best. No. And I used to get into the Asheville Christmas Parade. I don't know why, but I loved it. I loved it so much. So the Asheville Christmas Parade is usually the weekend before Thanksgiving. Is that right? I think. And they don't call it that anymore. Of course.
They call it the holiday parade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still just as it was just a hometown little thing. I don't know why I loved it so much, but sometimes a football team might go into the parade, or a Boy Scout group, or Woolworths would have a float. You remember when the stores would have their floats? Yeah, those were always fun.
Yes. In fact, the pagan community did a solstice float one year. And we built 2 big standing stones out of cardboard boxes. And we all had like these long white robes and like red decorations, red flower crowns and scarves and things like that.
That's cool. How were you received?
At the time, I don't remember it being any controversial at all. I don't. I just remember it was a lot of work. Oh my God, it was so much work.
To make it float, yeah.
And y'all, I've got a few pictures from that my buddy Michael sent me. And I will post this on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun. And that must have been, my daughter was maybe 5 years old. So that would have been 25 years ago. So
I probably saw you.
Like 1998, something like that. And then
I was probably watching the parade, and I probably made eye contact with you.
Well, we used to take before we had a child, we used to take my niece and nephews up there to watch the parade when they were little. That was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, it was so cold. Oh, so cold.
Mm-hmm. It was always cold, so cold. Is what I remember. Unless you were marching, then it was fine. But
yes, because
I
then you were
remember
too hot.
my parents would take us, and they'd have to find a parking space in Asheville. And then we'd walk to wherever. And we always wanted to be there near the Vance Monument.
Yeah.
That's where we wanted to watch the parade from. And gosh, I just love that crazy old parade. I love that tradition of it.
But I've not been in years. Have you?
I have no desire to go anymore. It's a different place.
How come you don't have any desire?
It's a different place. Asheville is not the same.
Oh, well, yeah. And that's like the constant theme, isn't it, of this podcast?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know I shouldn't expect it to be the same, but I don't want to go to a Christmas parade and fear for my own safety.
Oh.
There, I said it.
Would?
Sometimes, depending on where I had to park.
Yeah.
You never know. And everything has an agenda now. And it seems like Asheville's in the middle of it, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Agenda City,
that's a really good point.
So we've got so much going on. And the potential for violence is so much higher now than it used to be. Or it's like, you know what people like me do? We just go to the quiet place and we stay away from all that crap.
Yeah, and I don't know that Asheville's any more violent than it was, but it used to be that kind of violence was pretty family-based. So there would be one member of a family beating up on another member of the family, and now it's just a free-for-all.
It is, and it has been for at least since 2016.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
So, and frankly, I just don't, I can watch it on TV, not catch a cold. And I know it's like something really beautiful died. I'm sorry, but still, there's plenty of beauty for me in the holiday season. And I will fondly remember the actual parade, and I probably will never go see another one.
Well, I don't know. That made me kind of sad.
Well, things change. I don't expect everything to stay the same, and I had a good time with that parade and all. But then there'll be other parades if I feel like it. That's where I am with it.
Well, I think the thing that made me sad was you saying that you didn't think it would ever be better, that it would never change. That just seems pretty darn hopeless.
You mean in Asheville?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, unless humanity suddenly figures out a way to work together, what do we expect?
Well, we never have. That's a legacy of being a primate. Damn, monkeys fight all the time, and we're just fancy monkeys.
Pretty much. I mean, I expect us to go downhill and downhill and downhill. I really do. I hate to sound so pessimistic. And in spite of it, I'm still going to try and do the right thing. And I think most people that I know try to do the right thing.
Yeah.
But, So, I'm just not old enough to probably live to see it cycle back around. You see? It's cycles.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm a pessimist today, considering what a good mood I'm in.
You are definitely a pessimist today.
I'm in a great mood. I saw the river for a
and you're a pessimist.
Well, my health has been okay, and last few days, and I've slept well, and I got to go sit at the river for a little bit this morning, and so all is well in my territory. So I really don't have anything to gripe about, and I'm not actually in a bad mood. It's just my normal way, I guess.
I'm writing me a sermon today. Well, finishing up writing a sermon. And by the time y'all hear this podcast, I will have sermonated and come on home. But I'm going to be
Are you the Sermonator?
I'm the Sermonator. I'm going down to see my buddies at the Unitarian Universalist congregation of the Catawba Valley down in Hickory. And I love to go and see that group. They are fun and they are light and delightful. And I've been there on some really historic occasions for them.
Oh, wow.
So I feel so kindly towards them, and I'm always excited when they invite me back. So I couldn't figure out what I was going to talk about because I talk about all kinds of stuff, and it's a little early to talk about the winter solstice. And I was in the shower. I posted this on Facebook yesterday, I think. I was in the shower and just thinking about all that I had to do. And it'd been such a long year, and I'm just so tired, blah, blah, blah. And into my head came the 59th Street Bridge song. Slow down, you move too fast. I gotta make the morning last, just tripping down the cobblestone, looking for fun and feeling groovy.
I love that.
So, Feeling Groovy is the title of my talk on Sunday. And it's all based on that song about how we're moving too fast. We're not getting to experience things because we have so many things to get done. And I'm just going to encourage all of them to just, if there's something you can get rid of, do it.
Yeah. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
COVID forced me to change my holiday routine. Okay.
Yeah.
And it had been kind of in stone is how I feel like. I never expected it to change. And it changed, and it knocked a lot of that stuff away. What do you call that? Gafla. It knocked a lot of the gafla. Do you remember that word?
Yes.
From the book. Was that, I guess it was Dune, obviously.
Yes, it is from Dune.
So it kind of stripped it down to, hey, what's actually important? Because I remember during the worst part of COVID, right before Christmas, I remember thinking, I wonder if I'm going to get to see my friends in the future,
Yeah.
Or what's going to happen. I just didn't know. So, yeah, it kind of made me step back a little bit and see what's important. And so I miss decorating the house because I thought it was pretty and I like those decorations. But I don't miss the exhaustion that happens after I spend 3 days decorating the house, and I don't miss all the extra cleaning that I have to do ahead of time before I can decorate the house and all of that stuff. And I'm sure that everybody appreciates the cheaper bill for the holidays because we had all those lights. We were those neighbors.
Oh,
and they were
love that. There used to be that house in West Asheville on Mildred Street, right off of Haywood, and they were like crazy. It was so, and it busted up the whole neighborhood because people would just be driving by. You couldn't get down the street because people driving by to look at the lights.
I remember seeing it. It's Haywood off of Brevard. Is it that one?
No, it's right off Haywood in the block behind the Bledsoe building.
Okay.
Mildred is the name of it. And I guess the folks moved away because they haven't done it in several years.
Down off of Brevard Road, just off of Haywood Road, there is a family that does every holiday. And
yes.
It's a beautiful little purple house, I think. And they'll have 300 plastic Santa Clauses up there in their tiny little front yard. And it's chaos. They do it for every single holiday, and it's so cool.
They have the best 4th of July in town.
They do. I wonder, though, where do they store that stuff? Because all those holidays that they decorate for, their house is literally not big enough to hold all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they may rent a storage space somewhere. I mean, a lot of people do that.
Yes. I don't know, but I do like that. I still go and see certain houses, and I have for decades now, and they're still decorating. It's like they've got to be getting older by now, these people. There's a house up near 151, where I guess it's the Hot Dog King. If you turn right in that direction, and then you take your first left, it's a dirt road, and there was a house there that I decided they had to work for the power company. I mean, I can't believe all the stuff in the yard. It was great. Now, I was all snotty about my decorations because I wanted mine to all be period. So, period pieces. I went to a yard sale and I bought these giant, this is what started all of it for me, these giant Santa Claus and his reindeer. It was a wooden pieces that had been put together. And so it was like a life size. You could actually sit in the Santa sleigh, but the characters, Santa and the elves and stuff, they were one dimensional. Only the sleigh was.
Oh wow!
But I later got on eBay and I found out because it was the original colors that they had been, painted in and everything, and I could tell that they were old. And the people that I bought them from lived out there on Tallulah, off of Sweet Gum in Robbinsville. My grandma told me, "Oh, you've got to come to this. Now they're all about Christmas." So we went out to this yard sale, and they had decided that after a lifetime of decorating for Christmas, that they were not going to anymore. They were going to relax. So they were in their probably 70s at the time.
Wow.
And I later found out, I got on eBay and I was able to find the original patterns for the stuff that I have in my yard and the original color scheme numbers. You know how the paint colors have numbers. I found those original formulas for it, and they were from 1936.
Oh my gosh.
And right then I decided that's the Christmas look that I love, is that old from the 30s and 40s look. Mm-hmm. And I would go to yard sales and rescue old Christmas ornaments because, man, around here, they just would, there was a period of time when you could just find old Christmas ornaments at about any auction you went to, any rummage sale, any flea market. I loved going to a Christmas rummage sale at a church because there would be boxes of Christmas stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I bought all kinds of it just cheap. I'd go buy a whole box of ornaments for a couple of bucks, and a lot of them I would put in the antique booth that I had. And then some of them I would give back away, and then some of them I would keep. And so I've got some nice ornaments that I found through the years.
Mm-hmm. But you can't decorate because of the damn cat.
Yeah, I can just see it now. I literally would decorate my tree wearing rubber gloves because I didn't want the mercury vapor glass to explode, and that all my ornaments are mercury vapor glass.
Yeah,
and I can just see.
I love that.
Shattering the tree. Did you ever see on my Facebook feed? I don't know. I can't remember how long ago, but it was a photograph of the floor in my living room and all these ornaments scattered.
Oh, yes. The exploded ornaments.
I lost about half of my ornaments.
Oh, my God.
But hey, I still got half of them. You never know. I might put that tree up again. But at this point, I couldn't even put a Charlie Brown Christmas tree up. For a while, I was going to go get that door-sized poster of the Christmas tree that you put on your front door. Because at least we'd have the look of a tree. No, we can't even do that. That cat would just annihilate it. Hey, something new. Let me scratch it to bits. So, I don't know. He'll mellow out at some point.
He will. Yeah,
I'm surprised at the number of people who just want me to dose him up. Give him some CBD. He'll sleep all day.
Golly.
I'm very tempted sometimes to do that, but I'm not gonna. I wouldn't want that done to me. Miss Byron, I can tell that your throat must feel weird.
It does feel weird. And I just had 2 little bowls of chicken broth. And I'm having another cup of soup, a cup of tea. But yeah, it doesn't hurt, but it is sensitive. How's that?
Yeah. Well, I'm out here in this area. If there's anything you think you might want, let me know.
I'm good. In fact, this morning when I was being particular about the kind of chicken soup I wanted with real fat in it, Joe said, "Well, if you need me to go get some, just tell me." But I knew I had it in the freezer, so it's just a matter of chopping everything up, cooking it. So I'm gonna be fine in a couple of days. I got to go down the mountain to Hickory on Sunday, so I got to be good by then.
Yeah, I'm sure you will, but that doesn't mean that you won't want some.
And I want to just be super grateful that all I've got is a little bit of a head cold. And I don't have the Rona, and I don't have the flu, and I don't have RSV or any of that stuff. I've just got an old-fashioned cold, and I know how to take care of that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's, the whole year that I was at your cottage that whole time, I didn't get a cold, not one time. Because I was in quarantine.
Yeah, and exactly.
I realized, gosh, that's nice. That's really nice. And
there's so many people now fussing about, I can't believe people are still wearing masks, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's been how many years, almost 3 years of this pandemic, and this is the first cold I've gotten. So we used to make fun of especially Asian people who would wear SARS masks all the time when they were out in public, but they were getting sick. So if people don't like me wearing a mask, there's a part of my anatomy they're welcome to kiss.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that I'll ever feel comfortable not in a mask if I were flying. Yeah, if I was in an airplane, I think I would wear a mask. Of course, I don't even want to be in an airplane anymore. So I'm going to make spaghetti tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, I'm going to get it started. It has a crock pot for a while. Are you interested in a plate of it?
No. When was the last time I ate any pasta? My mother-in-law's funeral. That's the last time, because I don't eat no spaghetti because it's my blood sugar. I can't keep forgetting you eat spaghetti.
Well, I don't need a big enough portion of it to affect my blood sugar. I can go 55 carbs. It's what I aim for in any meal. 55 carbs. So.
Oh yeah, well you can do pasta with that. I don't do that many carbs.
Well, you're smart. You're very smart. And if sometimes I've been known to use egg noodles, which I think those are fairly low carb.
You and I have this fight about once a month. No, they are not low carbs. They have like 40 carbs per serving. 40. I eat 100 carbs a day. So
you eat 100 carbs a day?
A day. 100 carbs a day. That's right, ma'am. So I ain't going to be,
That's why you're getting tinier and tinier all the time.
That's why I would have to eat nothing but lettuce and meat all day long so that I have a little bowl of pasta. And it's just not worth it. Having a little bowl of pasta just didn't worth it to me.
I didn't realize you were 100 carbs a day.
Yeah, I fudge, like Thanksgiving I had more than that, but yeah, I keep my carbs as low as I can.
You are so smart. You're my smart friend.
It's what made me feel, it's what made me healthier, is cutting out carbohydrates. Yeah. And I didn't even cut them out. I still do 100 a day.
Well, that's not very many, but yeah, that's good. I'm proud of you.
Y'all, we are, poor old Alicia is trying to deal with me not feeling well today. And we've had those kind of conversations where one of us says something and then there's this big pause. And then it's like my brain catches up. So my apologies if this is a little ragged this week, but it is just, that's what happens sometimes. And that's the truth of it.
It will get rested. This is your chance to just rest yourself and enjoy that part of it. And then by Sunday, you'll be probably raring to go, I'd say. I doubt you can force yourself to rest more than a day, right?
Well, I've been being very, very conscious of sleeping at night and not letting my sleep get interrupted. And that's been good. Like most women my age, I get up about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, go to the bathroom and pee. And then I go right back to bed. I don't even look at the time because if I pick up my phone and look at the time, I'm lost.
Mm.
So I've been really trying to get even more sleep than normal, which I think is good. In fact, once we get off the phone here, I'm probably going to take a nap.
Go take you a nap.
Yeah.
I've got plenty of content, and everything is going to be fine. Go take you a nap and just have good dreams and don't even think about anything.
Well, I got to be thinking about a lot of things like this sermon on Sunday. My friends Sam and Julie are coming in Saturday because his book is launching at Raven and Crown, or he has a book sign at Raven and Crown.
That's cool.
So yeah, so there's stuff. There's stuff.
Yeah. Well, just take it easy if you can, and get some Christmas music going if you feel like it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've got a whole bunch of CDs for the holiday season, and I love Lorena McKennett's got a couple of really wonderful solstice CDs, so I'm listening to those. Good. There's lots of solstice music.
Yeah, there is a lot of solstice. I'm surprised. I was surprised by that. Actually, I didn't think it never even occurred to me.
Well, Windham Hill used to release something about every year that was songs for the winter solstice. And a lot of it was pretty new age sort of stuff. It wasn't pagan specific, but pretty stuff, real pretty stuff.
Well, this is time of year for it. Get your brain there. Of course, yours already there.
And enjoy it. It's the last few weeks of the dying year.
Yeah.
And then come the solstice, things are going to start cranking back up again. So I am resting, but I'm also being really conscious about getting done what needs to get done without overdoing it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing for sure.
There you go. You are wise, Miss Byron. Well, I am going to go and get some onions chopped up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you know how I do it. It's like a lawnmower.
I know it.
One of those things.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what you call it. It's one of those things. Hang on. Yeah. My mom got it for me. It's this. I said, well, okay, a purple thing. And because my hands don't do as well as they used to. And it's got like lawnmower kind of blades in it. And then you really you do that. And I could do that twice and it would chop up a whole onion into very fine pieces. And don't get your finger anywhere near it.
Oh, no, thank you. Actually, yesterday I sharpened my big old knife that I used to chop things like onions. And I sharpened my little bitty paring knife too. So, everything is sharp in my kitchen, ready to chop.
There you go. Well, I'm going to go do some chopping myself.
Yeah. Y'all be good. Y'all get ready because it's coming.
Whatever that might be. We may turn the next episode. I'll see you. Hey, thank you for spending your time with us here at Wyrd Mountain Gals. We sure do appreciate it. I know time is the most important thing we have. So I promise that if you take your time to listen to us, we'll take our time to continue to be weird. Many thanks to Sunslice Records for all the help. We couldn't do it without you, Craig. Check out our social media for information, community, or a few laughs. WYRD Mountain Gals.
WYRD Radio.